Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Fiscal Talk. I have great pleasure to announce my dear colleague, our legal consultant and fiscalization expert, Tara Nedeljkovic, as our guest today. Tara, welcome to Fiscal Talk.
Thank you, Teodora. Thank you for having me again.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to have you here as we will actually start talking about fiscalization in Romania a little bit more. And in the next few episodes, we will definitely explore it into more details. Before we do that, I would like to mention that fiscal law was defined in Romania in 1999. So I would like to ask you to give us an overview of what is actually happening there right now. And please, just a brief overview of the whole fiscalization system.
Yes, sure. Thank you, Teodora. So as Teodora said, fiscal law in Romania was first introduced long time ago, over 20 years ago. And according to the fiscal law, it is mandatory to use a fiscal printer in Romania, so to have an adequate fiscal device for fiscalization. Fiscal printer in Romania is a device that is communicating with the fiscal authorities from the whole system. So the fiscal printer is responsible for the communication with the tax authorities. Mm-hmm. And therefore, it needs to have the network connection available at all times. And this is important because fiscal printer is connected not only to the fiscal authorities, but also to the POS application. Also, a fiscal printer needs to send all the related fiscal transactions to the fiscal authorities online. And this is also one of the reasons why the internet connection needs to be available. Mm-hmm. And all of the transaction data that are required for fiscal receipts need to be stored as well, not just sent to the authorities, but also saved. But mm-hmm. There is no specified format. There is no predefined format that needs to be created. It's just important that they are stored for a certain amount of time. Also, fiscal receipts are done through the fiscal printer as regular documents. And when we're talking about e-receipts, for instance, mm-hmm. They are allowed in Romania and can be created, but only as additional type of receipt to the regular fiscal receipt from the fiscal printer. And also what we need to mention about Romania, this is one of the topics that is always interesting to our clients, is that there is a special certification procedure, and the Romanian authorities require to have a complete solution certified with the full compliance of legal and technical part.
Thank you. Very important information, but you've given us this briefly, which is great, so we can get an idea of what fiscalization is like in Romania. The question I have for you is if you can tell us more requirements, if there are any, about fiscal device.
Yes, of course. So in Romania, there are predefined fiscal device requirements. And first, there is a set of devices that is contained in this part. First, there is the fiscal printer, which includes several elements. And those are, of course, the printer from which the receipts are created, fiscal board of the fiscal printer, fiscal memory, also electronic journal, an SD card, and a certain data communication model, which helps to send all the data to the tax authorities. Other than that, other than fiscal printer, in Romania, a customer display is also required, as well as a certain keyboard of sorts, which is attached to the printer in cases of a certified fiscal set. Other than these requirements, there are some specifics that are important for Romania. For instance, a fiscal printer cannot register any negative amounts into the fiscal memory. And this solution has certain consequences for the taxpayers. So because of this, no fiscal receipt for return is allowed through the fiscal printer. And there is a manual procedure that will handle the return process in Romania. And also another interesting information and important for our clients is that retailers can issue simplified invoices on the POS application, they can do that as well, but that is only optional. They can do it outside of it. But it's important to understand what are simplified invoices in our terms. They are most known in Romania as fiscal tickets with SIF. That is the tax ID of the customer. And they are also fiscal transactions in Romania, just like fiscal receipts.
Thank you, Tara. Thank you for giving us this important information, and thank you for introducing us to fiscal system in Romania. We're slowly coming to the end of this fiscal talk, so I would like to thank you for participating. I'm looking forward to our next episodes about Romania. And since we are at the end of the episode, I would like to invite everyone who's watching us to comment below if you have any additional questions about fiscalization in Romania in particular, or any other country, or maybe fiscalization in general. Please do not hesitate to comment below, and also stay tuned for next episodes. Until next
Thank you,
time.
Theodora.
You're welcome, Tara. Until next time, goodbye, everyone.
Bye.